Okay, guys, this video was linked to me, and it does not have a high view count, and that is not the issue here. I'm not view count shaming, but when paired with the title, Star Citizen I Have a Dream, which is a thing in and of itself, and this description, I have been preaching on my soapbox for quite a while now about how monumental Star Citizen is as a video game and also as a potential society shaker. This game is unlike anything else, and our focus right now is to draw more and more backers to the project. Incredibly cult-like, very just weird in general. I'm nervous about this video. So when paired with like a low view count and all those things, you don't know what you're going to get. I don't know what I'm going to get, but what I know is probably going to happen is I'm going to have a differing opinion to this person. Anybody out there who's listening, I'm going to do my best to be respectful, but it's probably not going to happen. So trigger warning incoming, okay? Here we go. Star Citizen, I Have a Dream. I'm going to link it in chat right now, okay?
Like many of you, I've found myself hopping from game to game trying to find what it was that made me a lifelong MMORPG addict. It's probably not the healthiest mindset, but I'm still chasing that fix. I started playing back in 1997, playing Ultima Online, and I tried pretty much everything from then until now, sometimes even finding a home for thousands of hours, but more likely a fleeting experience. The MMORPG genre has been headed down a dark path now for over a decade. The enjoyment of it. Now, I might be totally alone in a lot of what I've said here, but I feel that I truly do think the genre has changed into something I don't really recognize. It isn't...
Okay, so we've already watched this video from Kira TV on this channel. I don't know what he's getting at yet.
The place I envisioned we would be all those years ago, when my guild in whatever game I was playing would talk about how cool it would be in the future, when we had new games released with new technology and new ideas and innovation. Maybe that's a failure on my expectations and not the genre. Maybe I failed.
So, no, it's a different creator, guys. Look. This is Jay. Okay? He's taking a clip from the Kira TV video to make his point, I'm assuming.
To recognize that this was the natural progression and that this is where everyone else wanted to be. I recognize I don't have the answers here, and it's possible that whatever game would be designed really ideally for me wouldn't be popular in 2022, but it makes perfect sense to me to look at a game like World of Warcraft and see that over time, as the game lost what made it feel fulfilling and socially enjoyable, it also lost the majority of its player base, trading meaningful progression for Good Boy Point Simulator and doing the same content on multiple difficulties, making you have zero identity within the world you're playing due to the cross-realm features, and making paying for a boost for content completion a constant in-your-face reminder that nothing you do matters anymore, has, in my opinion, made the game drastically less enjoyable, and the playing numbers accurately reflect that. I use World of Warcraft as an example quite a lot, pretty much all the time actually, because I played and loved that game for over half my life, and it is the perfect example of seeing that shift in game design from what it was then.
And you're not wrong and they're not wrong. The problem with the MMO is that everyone thinks that there needs to be one MMO that everyone plays globally, and the reason this is such a prevalent attitude is for a long time there was World of Warcraft, which took over, and then before that there was EverQuest, there was Ultima Online, there was Legends of Future Past, there was the Island of Kesmai, there were these old ones, things like that. And I even made a video a while ago saying, have too many MMOs ruined it? There's Meridian 59. Have too many MMOs ruined the entire genre? Because
that's an interesting take from Josh.
That succeeds when one or two games are popular because it's about bringing the community together. So the more you have, the more spread out.
And it's too bad we didn't have more time to do this. But I feel like the thing itself, it definitely ran its course in a good way. It was entertaining for the exact perfect amount of time. Like, it didn't go on forever. It didn't, like, overstay its welcome. It was entertaining, and people enjoyed it and had a lot of fun with it.
Too many MMOs is called competition. Yeah, but in this case, competition he might be right, like, causing the problem with having good experiences. like in a situation where an MMO has everybody playing it, the only thing they need to do is make sure that you have a fun experience because they're already getting your sub. But when you have competition, they're creating systems in the game to make as much money off of you as possible now. Instead of, we already got your money, let's continue to give you a good experience. Maybe, I don't know. That's just like immediately how I thought of it.
They were able to move on and do something else. You know what I mean? Didn't Reddit ban people for 16 years making the ass on a French flag? I mean, probably. Like, as I said before, these events are completely killed as soon as you have free. Oh, God. Boner. Oh, my God. Oh, my fucking God. I really like the fade to white. I think that's so fucking cool, man. And, yeah, in 5 years again, yeah, I think that's the best part about it. Was Slash Place the true MMO experience that we've been looking for? If you think about it, Slash Place was basically an MMO and every community was a guild working together. Whether you were a part of the big community or a small one, it made you feel like you were a part of something important for just a few days. Sure, it was just pixels and it was all just for fun, but the same could be said about for any video game. Whether you rallied together in Twitch chat or Discord or social aspect, the event was huge and it brought everyone together for a massive online multiplayer experience. I think so.
Yeah.
I do. Actually, so I've talked about this before, is I think that people are not looking for, and this is what I was saying before, is people are not looking for a game, they are looking for an experience. And a place provide...
You can't just rip this much content from creators, man. What the fuck is this? Well, first off, small channel, it's not monetized, so it doesn't matter. Second, yes, he could do a better job of editing it down to, like, these were the points, right? If you don't monetize it, you absolutely can, so it doesn't make a difference. But yeah, if he could have definitely edited it down to these are the points. So
that experience because it gave people a way to get together with everybody else and to exist in a shared space and to fight over it. Yeah, that's what people are looking for. I think this is a great post. I love this post. I completely...
Welcome back to the channel. I'm looking at the crowdfunding development spreadsheet for Star Citizen, where we see January, February, and March being the biggest January, February, and March in the history of this crowdfunding project. Where is this money coming from? And I'm looking at the crowdfunding. Now, as I've always said, well, I used to say a lot more than I used to now, but I used to say back in 2015 and 16 that CIG and Star Citizen's ability to continue operations is highly dependent upon the ability of them to continue crowdfunding, and we can never rely on that.
Getting
so
to
you
his
can never
point.
know if this project is ever going to make it or not. It could flop at any time. But as time went on, it became more and more apparent that this thing has a life of its own. And when 2020 came along and broke all records, I think we all realized then that this is big. This is going to be something bigger than we ever thought. When 2021 came along, and I remember saying this to so many people, I said, don't expect this year to break records like last year. The same way where 2015 was bigger than 2016, 2016 was bigger than 2017. Like, don't expect every single year to be a record-breaking year. There's only so many people in the space sim genre. There's only so many people interested in this type of game that you'll get a peak somewhere. Maybe you'll raise 50 million, 60 million a year.
None of us would have guessed.
You can't really get over that.
None of us would have guessed that what is happening now would have happened.
Is what I thought. And boy, was I wrong. And boy, was I happy that I was wrong on that. Because what's happened here? And I think I know what's happened here. It's interesting and kind of funny. So January, February, and March, record-breaking months for funding. And it's not coming from me. I'm not buying hundreds of dollars of new ships. And it's not the whales. What we have here are a new generation of gamers. The kids in high school back in 2013 and 14 who may have seen Star Citizen mentioned somewhere have graduated high school, have gone on to complete 4 years of a degree, and have entered the job force and are making professional money. And now they have disposable income. And they've stepped up over the past 3 years and thrown money at this game.
I think that's probably true, but I think it's also just the game is more playable. So more people are coming in and playing it. And obviously they give you the outlet to skip progression, so people just buy more expensive ships and so on and so forth.
It's the only explanation. There's a whole new generation of gamers coming up through the ranks who are more than happy to put money into this game because it's offering something new. And I wish I remember the name of this YouTuber. I just had this on my recommend list and I clicked it. And the guy was complaining about this. And you can probably understand also. This YouTuber was complaining that there's no games out there which grab his attention like the old school MMOs. Now, I think he was talking about World of Warcraft, where he put in his 1,000 hours, 1,500 hours into the game. He goes, since then, there's been no game which actually captured his attention. And look, it's the same problem we've all had. You older gamers have had this too. It's very difficult finding a game that's going to grab you like things did in the old days. But Star Citizen has been doing that for me. And for all the guys sitting in my Discord and all you guys on Spectrum I know who love this game and play the
it's
PTU.
Weird. Star Citizen is the exact
the
opposite.
Star Citizen is that game that's grabbed our attention because Star Citizen, and forgive me for saying this, is building the metaverse. If you think about this whole thing, I mean,
we're 8 minutes in and we've literally watched 3 YouTube videos in one.
First of all, I hate the term metaverse, all right? But if you think about it, this whole metaverse thing being pitched now as the next big thing is what Star Citizen has been doing since 2012. They've been building out this metaverse.
I think we're getting to the actual creator. Here he is.
Remember it like it was just yesterday, in fact. On a cold, wet, drizzly night, as the rain was coming down outside the barracks.
Oh my God! Inspirational music.
With my dear friend, Alaskan Assassin. We were knocking back a couple of brewskis.
Move my cam. Okay.
We just recently received our brand new gaming laptops in the mail that we had recently spent our hard-earned money on that we had acquired while being in basic training. You see, we were fresh in the Army, and we were fresh in a new world, in a new life. We had just managed to scrape our way through the initiations of joining the military and getting into a new adult life. And it was then and there that I realized I have a dream.
Oh, that doesn't hit good,
funny,
dude.
Actually, you know, my personal MMO.
We can't really do that kind of stuff, man. But that's okay.
RPG experiences.
I get it.
Rather vast, rather deep. I've played quite a few MMOs in my day. I've played them extensively. I've gone very deep into the worlds, and I've impacted many, 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 many player groups and communities with deep smoking craters that leave a lasting impact. I've done a lot, and I've seen a lot, and I've felt a lot. And today I just wanted to kind of get with you here and talk about a few little things that I'm noticing. You see, gamers are in the best of times and in the worst of times right now. It's so good to be a gamer right now. The directions that a gamer can go to right now, the options that are afforded to a gamer right now, it's unparalleled. Never in all of video gaming history have we ever had the luxury and the amount of wealth that we've had in today's time. But also, never have we had so much controversy. Never have we had so much divisiveness. Never before
You're not helping
have we experienced so much joy and grief, sorrow mixed with agony, coupled with pure ecstasy and an immersive escapism out of this dark reality that we find ourselves living in today's world. Video games can do a lot of good for a lot of people.
All right, I'll say this, though, is I'll preface it with I'm pretty happy in my real life. I'm not a big fan of my job. I don't think many people are. Jobs are jobs. They're not always the best, right? But I don't think the world that we live in is so bad. Everybody is always talking about needing an escape from the world we live in, me included. But if you really look around, the world we live in isn't the worst thing in the world. I think it's a lot of, like, people stirring up things to make it seem worse than it actually is. The world has always been bad, right? Like, you know, if you want to look at it that way. But, yeah, I just, I think the place that he's living, which is America, is not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. And, you know, other countries, obviously not as bad as the way it makes it out to be. I see people talking about Ukraine. Obviously, there's situations in the world that aren't good, okay? And there are bad situations that go on in the world. But the absolute need for a video game to escape from your reality is something I enjoy, but I don't think it's a need. That, you know, I don't think it's something that we need. I think it's something that is, I love escaping into a video game world, right? I think it's something I did when I was a kid. It's something I still do today. But I don't think I do it because the world around me is so fucking bad I need it. You know? It is just the way I look at that.
The perfect evidence for this is the amount of passion, the amount of drive and motivation that someone will pour into these games. The MMO community is one of the most powerful, one of the most beautiful communities in existence, because they are willing to go to lengths and they are willing to climb mountains that you just wouldn't ordinarily see in humanity. The things that gamers can achieve and the heights that gamers will reach to, oftentimes for some of the silliest goals. And
yeah, and imagine if they put that much effort into their real lives. Maybe they wouldn't be like super overweight, pimple faced, and you know, like the guy from South Park. Like, what the fuck? Right? So escaping reality into the, like, I don't know, man. This is silly as
ambitions.
fuck.
It's astounding. It's absolutely astounding. But it's beautiful and it's awesome. And it's wonderful to be a part of.
Albeit being that guy that will absolutely grind like the stupidest things in games, right? So keep that in mind. It's just, I don't think it's as positive as he's making it out to be.
We really need to consider the future here, though. Right now, we're in questionable times. No one really has any answers, and no one really knows a proper direction to go in. It's hard to see the road ahead.
What?
It can be quite confusing and frustrating. Well, ladies and germs, I'm not here to toot my own horn, but I'm here to offer you an accord.
For you. The all-new Accord with Honda Sensing. Now with standard safety features that can help you stop.
All right, dude. That was funny as hell.
I have a dream. A Star Citizen is not just another video game. Star Citizen is an event. Star Citizen is an MMORPG.
There's 50 players in the server.
That is unlike any MMO.
And it's not an RPG. There's no skills.
RPG before it, or maybe even after it. Star Citizen is going to be a game, not just for gamers, not just for hardcore passionate nerds, not just for meta min-maxing Giga Chads. Star Citizen
Any Giga Chads?
To be an event for all. And it's up to you. To accept that invite, to step into the pool, to dip your toes in the water, and experience this world-changing event for yourself. Star Citizen isn't just about bam bam pew pew shoot 'em up explosions. Star Citizen has combat, and it is a lot about conquering worlds, building new territories, and making your mark left in the verse. Star Citizen will have farming, science, research, exploration, hacking, espionage, infiltration, assassination, kidnapping, slavery.
What? I don't...
There will be so many aspects, so many different avenues in Star Citizen. Role players, PvPers.
There's no slave. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have any slavery, by the way. So I think he might have just added that one in there. What the fuck?
Ears, Care Bears, Space Dads, Opera Moms. There will be no limiting factors for this game. There will be no bar of entry, aside from a $45 paywall. Star Citizen is going to be a universe. And what happens in that universe could very well shape this universe out here in real life. Already in the Alpha Project, we're seeing many, many crazy things happen. And we're seeing ambitions, goals, and dreams that have never before been even reached for in the video game industry. This project has exploded. Bigger than anyone could imagine.
Oh, it's exploded.
This project's been hard at work for 10 years already. And yes, there's been a lot of pain, there's been a lot of strife, there's been a lot of controversy, and there's been a lot of trouble along the way. But there's been a lot of good. There's been a lot of passion. There's been a lot of creativity.
Okay. He's not ignoring
here,
the bad things.
Folks, from here we only go up. We're
we
reaching
could go
for the
down
stars
now.
on this one. We're going past the moon, beyond. It's cheesy as all hell to say we're building a metaverse. I'm not even gonna fancy that foolish notion, especially with how nonsensical it's become in today's world. But what I will tell you is this: Star Citizen is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime event. And right here, right now, I'm offering you the warning, the advance notice, the disclaimer for the future. But Star Citizen's gonna give you a chance. You don't have to be a hardcore gamer. You don't have to be a PC master race Giga Chad. You don't have to be a PvPer. You don't have
I mean, how else do you get the game to have more than 12 frames a second without being a PC Master Race Giga Chad? What?
to be a role player. You don't have to be a dungeon expert. You don't have to be a scientist. You don't have to be much of anything. Star Citizen's gonna have it all, folks. This world, this universe that we're building, it's gonna be open to each and every person that's willing to take the plunge.
Yeah, until the PvPers come along and ruin your experience all day, every day. See, this is the best thing about this, is they're all calling this an MMO, right? But the only reason that you feel this game is open for everyone and is going to be available for everyone is because there's 50 players in a server. And the server you were on just didn't happen to have the guys who are super annoying, causing all the trouble for people like you. Right? You just happen to get lucky and, oh, they were annoying. Let me just switch servers. Well, guess what? One day, you're not going to have that fucking option anymore, buddy. And then, are you going to think that this is for everybody? All right? That's the thing that I worry about this game. And that's why I have been bringing up the notion of places like Terra. Like, Terra needs to be completely protected from people PvPing, things like that. Like, people that want to just do whatever they want, they need to be able to. Because I agree with this guy. I do think that the game, in parts of the game, should be available to everybody. Not everybody wants to PvP. Not everybody wants to experience it. Not everybody wants to deal with it. And they should just be allowed to hang out in a place with very little reward, but they should be able to hang out and experience the things like mining, salvage, whatever, with very little like mega gains or whatever, with the game enticing you to come out of that bubble, right? The game should entice you to come out of that bubble, but I do feel that that bubble should exist, and people should be able to like get themselves under, like their feet under them, right? So that's what I think, but I do think that anybody who thinks that this game is for everybody, or that like the experiences they're having now are going to just get better in the experiences in the future, I think the moment that we're all kind of getting condensed into less and less servers, I think there's going to be a lot of people who realize this game isn't what they expected.
It's as simple as that. You just have to be willing to take that plunge. And even though you may not end up being the biggest or the baddest fleet admiral, you might not end up owning all the capital ships.
The saddest attempt at referrals, or
even a simple miner?
That's what this feels like.
Even a simple farmer can impact this universe in ways that you just couldn't even imagine. So I encourage you to check out Star Citizen. I encourage you to look into the project.
I encourage
you to come join. We've got a long road to walk, and we're not out of the woods yet. And it's going to take quite a while longer and a lot more funding to get to where we want to go. But I encourage you to come join us. I encourage you to take the plunge. And I encourage you to come see if what we offer will truly scratch that itch. Till next time, Soul Sentinel.
Okay. I feel like I've seen his name in game, Soul Sentinel, before. But I guess maybe Sentinel with the ship. Yeah, I mean, the Wii thing sticks out to me as well. I saw somebody mention that in chat, Damien. What just happened, dude? I'm sure he's got a referral link in the description. Never pointed at it. Right? Nothing. He just is really passionate about the game and the project and whatever experiences he's had in it so far. I don't... Yeah, he just wanted to make a video, man. I don't know how whoever found this, I don't know how they found it and sent it to me. But that was one of the weirdest rides I've ever had when watching a Star Citizen video. The weird thing is he does, I think he gets it. Like this guy doesn't seem delusional to me at all. He recognizes all the bad things. And he recognizes that they need more money in order to finish the game that he wants to play. I agree with that. I don't necessarily think like, hey, welcome, we become a part of, like, I'm part of the project. Like, I think that's what CIG does well, is they make people think that they're part of this when they really aren't at all. I think there's very, very few people that make an impact on the project, and it's, yeah. But yeah, that was feeling very culty. Like, I don't think, okay, he had like moments of delusion, but also like just complete moments of clarity to me. So I think that just means, I don't know. I don't want to like put the guy down. I obviously think that the more he plays, the more he'll realize that the game isn't what he thinks it is, perhaps. He seems like maybe he's pretty new to the project. I mean, I think some of you guys mentioned, like, he got an ultra-wide monitor in the background. His computer looks pre-built, which means he probably bought it pretty recently, right? I think he's pretty new to the project. And we'll leave it there. I think as he sticks around with it a little longer, I think he'll realize the problems a bit more. Yeah, the I have a dream, the slavery comments, he's gonna have to live and learn on those. Those are cringe as fuck. Okay? But we all live and learn on things that we say. I think we've all said stupid things at some point. Alright? So that was that. We'll put the link in there again. That was an experience. Slavery is part of the original pitch and is still part of the lore. Okay, somebody mentioned Banu being slavers as well. I didn't think that was the thing, but yeah, interesting.